Your friends think I'm just a stranger, a face you never see. Oh, in this world, I heard I'm like Rambo. I had no friends, help me down. I had no friends, help me down.
Hello, welcome to Phuket Insight. We're here today at the British International School with Chris Thomas King, the king of the 21st century blues, some say. Hi Chris, welcome to Phuket and welcome to the school.
Hi, it's great to be here. Great to be here.
Yes. Now you're primarily in Phuket for the Phuket International Blues Rock Festival.
Yes.
The 7th festival so far in Phuket. I believe you've been in the region before. Mm-hmm. In 2005 you played in Koh Samui, yeah?
Yes, I did. I was invited to perform there. That's my first time in Thailand.
Okay.
And even though it wasn't on the mainland, I really got, I fell in love with the culture.
Okay.
Enjoyed the people and the beauty of the landscape and the ocean.
Okay.
And I've been looking for an opportunity to come back ever since. So I was invited by the Phuket Blues Festival to come and headline the festival. Yeah. And I was like, I'm there. I can't wait to get there. So I've had a wonderful time with my stay here.
Okay, yeah, and it was a great, very energetic performance, much anticipated.
Thanks.
And something everyone looked forward to. Now you're here at the school to put on a performance for the students. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I was invited by the school to come and do a workshop. And one of the things that I like to do when I get an opportunity, if there's time, most times musicians travel and they're only in a country or a city for a day, maybe 2 days. Right. But because I was able to be here for at least a week, we set up where I can come and do a workshop. There's some talented students here, that a great musical director here at the school, and they invited me to come and try to inspire the kids and kind of give them a lesson on what the blues is, maybe where the blues came from, you know, what does this music mean, and then, you know, hopefully inspire them to take an interest in it, not to become a blues musician per se, but to just learn what they can from that and apply it maybe to what they're doing and what they're studying.
Okay. I mean, we were talking earlier, and you, as a youngster, you were very much in that culture.
Yes.
Right from the beginning. Your father had a bar. What was the name of the bar, sir?
Yeah, my dad's name is Tabby Thomas, and as a singer, his stage name was Rocking Tabby Thomas. Okay. And my dad opened a blues club in Louisiana in 1979. So as a young kid, I grew up in that club, working in the family business, playing music, sweeping the floors, mixing drinks, whatever I had to do to keep the family business going. Right. And I can tell you that as a young teenager, I did not always want to be there on the weekends. I wanted to go out with my friends and do other things. Okay. So I wasn't so thrilled about the family business at the time. But when I look back on that experience, I realized that it was a very special way to be introduced to the music. Right. Because I think that learning from the older blues musicians, a lot of them have passed away now, that I learned from, you know, as a kid. And, you know, and my dad's club closed about 5 years ago. It was open for 25 years. Okay. My dad is still alive, even though he's you know, grown more ill. Okay. But, so he's retired now. But every time you hear me perform, when you heard me perform at the festival, or when you hear me do the workshop with the kids and give samples of the different styles of blues and things, you hear a little piece of that club and a little piece of those gentlemen that I learned from is still within me, and that's what I carry around and try to share with anyone who will listen.
Okay, I'm sure there'll be a lot of eager ears today.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I think you're going to, you know, the auditorium has room for 1,000 kids, so that's great. So, I mean, and this is something that you're doing now. You did mention that in some ways when blues clubs become big and they become more mainstream, then you lose that kind of interaction that musicians have with the audience. Okay, so is blues music and the real meaning of it, its roots, is that something that needs to be taught? Is that something that's, I know you're going to say it's never going to die, blues is never going to die, but is it something that needs to be, more people need to know about, or is it okay to just stay with the kind of fans it's got?
Well, it's not, I mean, you know, well, first of all, let's define what blues is,
Okay.
and so that I don't go off track. You might have to ask the question again.
Okay.
But I'm just, for people that are hearing this music for the first time or being introduced to it for the first time, it's hard to define it, but I'll try to give some background on it. We do know that when America started, there were only, you know, American native Indians in America.
Right.
So when the Europeans came and settled America, you know, they went and brought people from West Africa to America to be slaves.
Right.
And these people were denied their culture, meaning their rituals and, you know, their religion, things like this. And as a slave, you're in a strange land, and you're trying to adapt. And the blues, once slavery ended, after the Civil War in America, once slavery ended, these people had some leisure time. They had time to kind of try to figure out who they are, explore them, you know, things. And they took European instruments like the trumpet and the trombone and the clarinet, and New Orleans, a city that was heavily influenced by the French, and the French opera and things like that existed in New Orleans. Well, when these people became free, then they were free to kind of like not only play the notes on the paper, but they could kind of make their own sounds or make their own swing with it, or make it more their own.
Right.
So it's not African music, you know, it's really an American music, because America's a melting pot, you know, where these people took a little bit from all these cultures and made something unique with it.
Okay.
So, having said that, you know, that's kind of what the blues is and where it came out of. So, you know, what I would try to share with the young students here today is that you can take some inspiration from this music, you know, like those folks did, but you might want to add your own, you know, folk instruments to it. You know, you're free to take music from another culture and adapt it in a way that fits you. You don't have to you lose who you are and change everything about yourself to try to be a blues man or a blues woman. You know, and I think that sometimes that's lost upon people.
Right. So it is ultimately a form of expression of historical and culture.
It came out of a mixture of these desperate things that these desperate people took and created something special with.
Okay, so obviously in that sense, yes, it should be preserved, and I suppose what you're doing is helping do that. But at the same time, it will also evolve as more and more people pick up.
I mean, I mean, there's the commercial side of the music business, which is, you know, Grammy Awards or gold records or being on the music videos and stuff. But that's not really cultural, you know. I mean, yeah, blues can become popular, you know, at times, but I don't know how to teach someone to be a video star or a pop star, you know. I mean, I need someone to teach me how to do that. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay, yeah, it is a different.
But on a cultural level, though, it just, I think you were asking me, do it need to continue or is it dying and things like that. And like all art, you know, you know, there's a lot of things that we have to do. We have to get up in the morning, go to work. We have to be responsible. We have to do all these things. But then art and music and the blues or blues festival is things that we do for pleasure, you know, that makes life, you know, enjoyable, you know. And so I think that being able to appreciate the blues, even if you're just listening to it, or if you're participating in it, playing it, it just enriches your life, I think. I think you have a richer experience. You know, you would enjoy the music more if you know a little something about it.
Sure, sure. Okay, no, that's a very great response to my convoluted
That's a long answer, but
yeah, no, it's a long question. But then with Hollywood and music videos, the kind of modern or again mainstream interpretation or maybe filtering of blues, is Hollywood. Obviously, you've been involved in some movies as well,
sure.
So both musical and kind of, I suppose, non-musical. But is Hollywood representing the real roots of blues music when it?
Yeah, I mean, there's moments. I mean, Hollywood is, you know, it's driven so much by profit. It takes a lot of money to make a movie. So a lot of times people, you know, like to see explosions and all kinds of exciting things like this. And, but, you know, a music like, I think right now, I mean, there's a black and white film called The Artist, which is a silent movie. It's in black and white, and it was nominated for a lot of Oscars and stuff. And it's a great little movie, and, you know, sometimes you find someone in Hollywood that'll take a chance and try to do something, you know, more purely, you know, for artistic reasons.
Right.
And if it makes money, okay, but mainly when we're trying to make a great film, we're trying to inspire people. In other words, when I saw that movie, I watched it at home, and when I saw it for the first time, I think I stayed up all night playing the piano or playing my guitar because I was inspired, you know.
Right.
And so I think that, you know, you go to a museum and you see great paintings and great works of art, or, you know, you go to the, you know, see the pyramids or something, or you see, you know, it can inspire you. It makes you want to do things.
Yeah,
creative. Yeah.
A real story behind it.
Yeah, but as far as Hollywood go, making those kinds of films, I was involved in a movie called Ray, the life story of Ray Charles, and I got a chance to record the score, the soundtrack with Ray Charles, and he was playing the piano. We were at his studio in Los Angeles, and we spent about a week there recording all the music for the movie before we started filming it. And so as an actor, I also got a chance to play a character in the movie. I played a character named Lo Folsom, and worked with Jamie Foxx, and you know, Jamie Foxx won an Oscar for that role. And the music for Ray also won an Oscar, the score. And so I'm very proud to have been a part of that. And one of my most popular movies, I don't know how popular it is in Asia, but in America, the most popular movie I've been involved with is called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And that movie was directed by the Coen brothers and starred George Clooney, and I co-starred with him in that. And I also got to do the music to that score. And that album has sold about 9 million albums in America, and that's a lot of records. And and I've won some Grammy Awards for that. And I won Bluegrass Awards, you know, lots of different genres of music. One of the things I don't have at home, though, I don't have Blues Awards. So the people that follow the blues, they you know, they haven't warmed up to me enough to give me award. But I got country music awards, I got pop music awards, I got, you know, I'm appreciated by a lot of the folks.
All right, so that's maybe your ultimate is to get this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a kid, but I guess I'm not old enough yet, because it seems like for blues, you have to be a very older senior person before you start getting any recognition, you know?
Okay, a few people around here seem to yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, with age comes experience, and then yeah, I mean, blues is okay. It's not only about sad times; it's about poignant moments in life. It kind of, if we can kind of go back to you were talking about Katrina and how that affected you personally, and I mean, again, this is a significant event, which is, I mean, surely a lot of blues music has come out of that as well, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very sad moment in New Orleans when it was flooded
Right.
The water came in and covered the city for weeks. And I know, you know, here in Phuket, and you know, you guys have had your own experiences with tsunamis and things.
Right.
And yeah, when something like that happens, you know, you can give up, you know, and say, woe is me, you know, or you can get busy rebuilding, you know, get you know, singing songs that are more inspiring or hopeful, you know. And I recorded an album called Rise, which all the songs are pretty much written about the aftermath of that. And one of the song titles is "What Would Jesus Do?" Meaning that if Jesus had to walk in these same shoes, would he help his friends out of the water, or give them shelter? You know, would he do things to try to rescue the elderly or people that were in need? Because some people in America watching that were, the whole city is underwater, and these kids went into a store to get some bottles of water and drink or medicine, but there's nobody in the store. You couldn't buy it from anybody anyway. And people are sitting on TV judging people, you know, trying to survive in a city, you know. So it inspired me to write the song saying, if you were in this position, you know, what would you be doing? You know what I mean? If you had a baby that was crying and you needed milk out of that store, would you bust the window and go in there and get it? Because nobody's in the city. There's no police, there's no cops, there's no, everybody's gone and you're stuck there. You know? So you try to survive, and you try to, you know, help those around you. So that inspired me to write some music, and I don't really sing those songs these days that much because it's very personal. Because I lost my own home. It went underwater in the city, and you know, so it's very personal when I do that one. I don't always sing those songs in concert anymore. They're on special occasions.
Right.
But I'm very excited about my latest album, which is called Antebellum Postcards. And Antebellum Postcards, again, we talked about the early form of blues, how it began. And so it's kind of me sending a postcard back to that time and trying to communicate with the origins of the music. And so I take some of the older songs like Wayfaring Stranger and Michael Row Your Boat Ashore, which is old folk songs that people sang, that the whole world know these songs. I mean, who doesn't know the lyric to Michael Row a boat ashore, hallelujah. Well, these kinds of songs were people that were really suffering and having a really tough time 150 years ago. You know, African Americans sang these songs. And these are the songs that gave them hope and helped them to, you know, believe that tomorrow was going to be a better day. And that is really what the blues is. The blues is coming to terms with, okay, you know, my girlfriend, she doesn't like me anymore. She left me. You know, I'm feeling a little sad. But I'm going out tonight. Maybe I'll meet someone, and she will like me, and things are going to be happy again. And so the blues always have some hope in it.
It's a silver lining.
Yeah, it always does. And if it doesn't have that, that's not really the blues, you know.
That's a great definition. That's really good and very inspiring. All right, Chris, tell us about some the latest project you've got going on.
Yeah, my latest record is called Antebellum Postcards, and it came out in America a couple of months ago, and it's inspired by that early period of blues that we were talking about. How whether I wanted to go back to where the music kind of originated, draw some inspiration from that, but not try to play the songs, you know, in an old way, but take those same songs and try to make something new with it. And matter of fact, one of the songs on the record is called Sketches of Treme. Treme is spelled Treme, and that's an old neighborhood in New Orleans that used to have a little area called Congo Square. And at Congo Square, the slaves were allowed to play their drums on Sundays and have their you know, some kind of, you know, little small festival kind of thing on Sundays. But during the week they had to work, but on Sundays they could play the drums and play the African instruments. Another instrument that's an African instrument is the banjo. So they'd be playing the banjo and they'd be playing the congos and the drums. in Congo Square in New Orleans. And so one of the songs has the djembe and has the guitar, the string instruments and stuff, trying to use that as inspiration. So a lot of the album kind of takes something old and then makes something new with it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we've got a copy here.
Yes.
There it is. So look out for that. You can buy it online, right, on your website?
Yeah, my music is available all over the world on at iTunes, digitally. And it's tough to find in your local record shops sometimes, but definitely you can find my music online. And my website is christhomasking.com.
Your website again, christhomasking.com. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Very easy to find. Okay. And Chris, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
All right. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. It's Nick Davies with Chris Thomas King for Phuket Insight.